Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are looking at something that is just absolutely wild. Have you ever wondered what happens when ancient mythical storytelling literally collides with modern luxury hospitality? Well, we're going to find out. We're exploring the DWAPR Hotel Project. This is an incredibly ambitious 7,700 square foot, five-star experience over in India. But this isn't just another high-end hotel. This is a real attempt to take a piece of deep-rooted Indian mythology and transform it into a cinematic, breathable luxury reality. Okay, so to really get DWAPR, we have to talk about its ancient inspiration, the Mayasabha. Described in the great Indian epic, the Mahabharata, the Mayasabha was this legendary palace of illusions. It was built by the magical architect Mayasura specifically for the Pandavas. And this wasn't just, a pretty building. It was designed from the ground up to totally trick your senses. We're talking floors that look like pools of water and actual pools of water that looked like solid crystal. Just pure, disorienting magic. And that right there brings us to the core ethos of our subject today. As they state literally right in their business profile, DWAPAR is a blend of ancient Mayasabha and the architecture of India. So think about this central challenge for a second. How do you take a story about literal magic, a palace built by gods and demons that totally ignores the rules of physics, and physically build that myth using modern blueprints? How do you actually engineer an illusion?
Section 1. Designing the divine illusion. Here's where we really see that concept take shape. When you look up, there isn't a standard flat plaster ceiling. Instead, you've got this rippling, reflective mirrored surface that just plays wildly with your visual perception. It's mimicking the Mayasabha's legendary magic, creating this highly disorienting, kind of watery atmosphere overhead. It feels like the room stretches into this distorted liquid infinity. It's just an absolutely brilliant way to capture the spirit of the myth, without using a single drop of actual water.
So the real trick is how they ground these illusions into a physical five-star reality. They paired that insane 22-foot-high mirrored metal ceiling with these deep, rich Armani Azul marble floors. And because of the highly reflective properties of this specific top-tier marble, combined with that liquid reflection cascading down from 22 feet above, your eye is completely tricked. It creates this profound, slightly unsettling, but incredibly luxurious illusion that you are quite literally walking on water. It's the Mayasabha brought to life through modern material science.
Section 2. The guest journey begins.
Let's put you in the shoes of a guest for a second. Your physical entry sequence is basically designed to transition you from the mundane world right into the mythical. You approach from the normal street road, but immediately things shift. You don't just walk through standard hinge doors. No, you enter via this massive 240-centimeter curved glass slide door. That's almost 8 feet of curved glass parting for you. It's this grand, sweeping gesture. And once you're through, you step right into the heart of the ground floor, this massive, central step-up lounge that absolutely demands your attention.
Looking at the exact layout revealed in the blueprints here, you really get a sense of the scale. Right as you come through that entry at the bottom, you're immediately drawn to that central feature. That step-up lounge is exactly 1,053 centimeters across. That's over 34 feet wide, and it completely anchors a centerpiece measuring 271 centimeters. Basically, the entire lobby experience just orbits around this one highly theatrical focal point.
Section 3. Ascending to the mezzanine. Now, how you actually move between floors in a palace of illusions, that matters a lot. On the left, you've got your standard utilitarian passenger lifts, practical enclosed steel boxes. Boring. But DWAPAR makes vertical transportation part of the magic. On the right is what guests actually experience, a stunning 241-centimeter glass capsule lift. Instead of being shoved into a metal tube, your 10-foot ascent to the mezzanine becomes this sweeping cinematic glide. You literally get to watch the rippling reflections of the lobby shift and warp around you as you rise.
And then, stepping out of that glass capsule lift, you complete your initial physical journey right at the Mezzanine Cafe. It's this sprawling open space sitting 10 feet right above the lobby floor, giving you this awesome God's eye view of all the breathtaking public spaces below. It perfectly finalizes your introduction to the hotel.
Section 4. Feats of divine engineering.
27. Now that might just sound like a number, but in the context of commercial HVAC systems, that is massive. Hidden entirely behind the walls of this magical modern Mayasabha sits a colossal 27-ton air-handling unit, or AHU. Think about it. To keep a 7,700 square foot luxury space perfectly climate-controlled in India, especially with massive glass facades and those 22-foot ceilings,
That requires immense, raw mechanical power. It is absolutely a modern feat of divine engineering, just making 27 tons of roaring machinery completely invisible and silent to the guests. And really, this brings us to the most fascinating tension at the heart of the whole DWAPAR project. On one hand, you have the effortless magic of the mythological Mayasabha, right, where demons just conjured palaces out of thin air. But on the other hand, you have the rigorous, five-star practicality of reality. The architects literally had to translate magic into exact measurements: 34-foot step-ups, curved glass entries, and 27-ton air conditioning units. It's the sheer brute force of human engineering doing the heavy lifting of mythical gods.
Which honestly leaves us with a truly exciting idea to ponder. If architects can take the legendary Mayasabha, a story thousands of years old, and translate its mind-bending illusions into an actual five-star hotel using Armani Azul marble and glass capsule lifts, well, what else is possible? Seriously, what other ancient myths could be engineered into modern reality? Take a closer look at the buildings around you. The future of architectural storytelling might just be hiding in our oldest legends. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, keep looking for the magic in modern design.